What's good, team? We're back in business. Welcome to everybody. Once again, this is the weekly market breakdown. This is the session that we go over each and every pair that we look at on a day-to-day basis during our live trading sessions, starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with silver, going in order from the top to the bottom with the red flag next to their name. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. Once again, this is the session that we go over the daily time frame. We talk about where we're at, what we're looking for. We'll update the daily time frame if we need to, our daily highs, daily lows. Do the same thing on the 4-hour time frame, update our 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows, see where we're at on a week-to-week basis. Do the same thing on the 30-minute time frame. We're also going to be going over the trades that we took for this week, and we'll do that once we get to those pairs. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just gonna give everybody another 3 minutes or so to join, and then we will get started. Any questions so far? Let me know, team. Again, just gonna give everybody 3 minutes to join, and then we will get started. All right, so AUDUSD right now, we know that we are sitting. Give me 1 second. Making sure the chat works. Give me a second. All right, so AU, we know we're still sitting at the top of the zone of consolidation on a downtrend, right? We're sitting at the top of the second zone of consolidation, which is called A2. Looking to see, right now I'm looking for my confirmation, right? Because could we technically say that we already have the 3 pushes to the bottom side with this push here to the bottom? And this is where price is turning around, where we could say that this is the first push to the top side, the first zone consolidation. This is the second push to the top side. This is the second zone consolidation. And we're looking for push number 3, yes. However, even in marking it up this way, even if we say that this is going to be an internal move on the 1-hour time frame, even if we say that, regardless, this push number 3 that we would be seeing, I need to see price give us a valid break of these highs. So right now, and also just based off how the overall market makers pattern is supposed to look, right, where our first zone of consolidation is supposed to be in comparison to the previous second zone of consolidation, vice versa, the second zone of consolidation in comparison to the previous first zone of consolidation. It just doesn't make any sense right now. With that being said, again, let's mark this up and say that this is just a pullback back to the top of the zone of consolidation. And we're looking at what price is doing right now. We see, okay, at the top of the zone of consolidation, price gave us a shoulder head shoulder, a bearish shoulder head shoulder, where price gave us a tap into the lows, and now it's coming back up. So when we just look at our left-hand side and we look at what's happening on the left-hand side, we had clean structure. We had this marked up. Remember, all of this, I keep the drawings here so it makes sense, right? These are previous highs that we had. We're like, all right, if it breaks above, it'll continue. It'll get to these highs. If it breaks above, it'll continue, right? And that's exactly what price did. It broke above, continued up into these highs on the left-hand side. So cool. At this point, what I'm looking at on AU is we're seeing this on the daily time frame, right? Don't get confused about it. Right now, we're on the daily time frame. But we're looking at this just on the daily time frame. So it's like, okay, cool. Price reached our next point of interest, where we're either expecting price to break and continue, or this is where price is going to give us the inducement of these highs to start those downtrend pushes. Right, so real quick, let me just add another line here for the week. Any questions so far in the chat, guys? Just let me know. You have another week of rise, no problem. Nothing here still, same thing. We know we got price to break these highs, give us continuation. We know we're sitting at a higher high on the internal time frame. Right, after a higher high, you're expecting a higher low. Right, after a higher high, you're expecting price to go down and give you a higher low. So right now in AU, we could sit here and be like, all right, at least we know if you're looking for short positions, this is where you would want to start looking for those shorts. Right, price going from a higher high into a higher low. I haven't been on my charts in the last couple of days, so let me just update this real quick. You had a day of rise, day of drop, no continuations, just again, price moving higher highs, higher lows the entire time. I'm gonna go ahead and delete the drawing so it's not in the middle of our screen for the entire time. And on the 30-minute time frame, again, we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Price then gave us higher high. So I'm not gonna mark this on the 30. I'm not gonna mark this as higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm gonna say all of this is part of the same trend: higher high, higher low, higher high. And the reason why I'm gonna say that this is all part of the same trend is because in order for a higher high to be made, you want to see a valid break. Did price give us a valid break of these highs? No, it gave us an inducement. Again, for those of you guys who are new, or for those of you guys who just don't know the rules of a valid break, when you're looking for a valid break, just because price closed above the line, the body, whether it was a body or the wick, doesn't mean it's a break. This wick here was just an inducement. This red candle is an inducement, this green candle is an inducement, this red candle is an inducement, this first green candle is an inducement. These weren't breaks. With that being said, where did price give us a valid break was with this push here to the top side. Right? So price gave us higher high, higher low, and gave us higher high to the top side. So on the 30-minute time frame, we know we are trading this higher high over here. And then I'll show you guys here a drawing as well. I'll pull it up on the chat, on the stream. Everything is color coordinated. 30-minute time frame is red, 4 hours blue, daily time frame is gray. All right, I hope that made sense. Once again, guys, any questions, let me know. So on the 30-minute time frame, what are we looking for? Again, if this is where price is going to give us a set higher high and we're looking for a higher low, we're looking for price to start turning around, start making lower lows and lower highs. Right now, price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, low, high. I'm not going to mark on the internal. Could we get away with on the 1 minute? Yeah, on the 5 minute, I wouldn't mark this as higher high, higher low. I would say all of this is part of it. But then the market opened with a gap and gave us that push to the bottom. So I wouldn't even count that as a change of character on the 5 or even on the 1 minute. Dr. Pineda, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So right now for AU, I don't really have anything to talk about. Again, every single pair is traded and treated the exact same way. So same thing I was looking for on AU is the same thing I'm looking for on EA. The only difference is some pairs are uptrending, some pairs are downtrending. Right? And some other pairs are just moving sideways. That could happen as well. For EA, we know we had on the uptrend, right? Push 1, push 2, push 3. Could we have started that downtrend? Yes. The only thing here that I'm still looking at on the daily time frame is the fact that we are still making higher highs and higher lows the entire time. That being said, I still want to be a little bit not skeptical, but I still want to keep my eye open. Like, okay, yeah, even though we could see price going down, we are still trading between the previous higher high and higher low. So in this higher low point, what is price doing? Rejecting the lows, going high, rejecting the lows, pushing back up, right? We can now see that price is starting to make higher highs and higher lows in this area. Where price came back to these lows again, gave us an inducement, came back up. Price is just tapping into these lows here, right? And once we go into the lower time frame, we're going to see that. This is just a little zone of consolidation. So the first thing you have to really understand, right, is if on the daily time frame it's not lining up, you don't have a clean pattern, you don't have a clean direction as to where price is going, we already know this is a pair that we're just going to let go. So for me, I already know EA is not a pair that I'm going to be looking at for this week. I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna keep it updated, right? I'm gonna keep my charts updated for sure. But to look at it, to look for trades, to look for entries, I wouldn't do that. So very simple for me. We're just gonna turn this one off. We're gonna keep it updated, as I said, and we'll keep it going. I've given trading a try. I have no idea what any of this shit is. How long will it take to learn? It depends on you, to be honest. If you're somebody who's gonna take it serious and you're gonna do it every single day, you know, it could take you anywhere between, on the fast side, 3 to 8 months, realistically speaking. If you're not really going to be doing it every single day, or you do it maybe for an hour a day, you know, it might take you a year, but it just depends on how fast you can learn the information. Because everybody's different, right? You see traders, I've seen traders start really making money in 6 months, 8 months, right? Less than a year. But then I have other traders, which we see all the time. You know, it's been 5 years, it's been 4 years, it's been 3 years, and they're still not consistent enough. So it really just depends. Um, you're not a female trader, why not? Oh, now you're assuming you're assuming what I am now, huh? All right, all right, all right, all right. I see how you're rocking. Might have to cancel this guy. I have to call the cops. Because, like, why am I not? All right, so for EA, we already know I could turn that one off. Could take the flag off of that one, go on to the next pair. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. With EURCAD right now, we are in the second zone of consolidation on an uptrend. We were talking about this last week. Where are we? In the middle of the zone of consolidation, just moving sideways. So I already know ECAD. Once again, this is going to be a pair I'm not going to be trading. Price is moving sideways. Just gonna let price do what it has to do. Give us a breakout of the zone of consolidation, and then we'll keep going. But for now, I'm chilling off of this pair. And STP for the day has already been hit with the opening candle of the week. We had 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. We went down. And the market opened with a huge gap in the market for the week. Euro USD. Daily time frame, we are in V2. V2 is a second zone consolidation on an uptrend. Price gave us a inducement of the low, came back up. So again, same thing. Inducement of the low, come back up. Inducement of the low, come back up. Inducement of the low, come back up. Inducement of the low, coming back up, just a zone of consolidation. So we'll just have to look for the continuation trades on EU, whether it's 2 months of rise going into a third month, 2 weeks of rise going into a third week, 2 days of rise going into a third day. That'll be the easiest trades to look for here on EU, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and retest of the engulfing candles, right? But price here give us a little bit of a pullback. We'll talk about that on the 30-minute time frame, right? Give us a little bit of a pullback, and then just flew to the top side. So never really gave us. Did it give us an entry confirmation? Yes. Did it give us a clean entry? No. Right, because the only day out of the week that this pair really moved and gave clean entries was Wednesday. Right, Tuesday we're just moving sideways. Monday, the market opened, flew to the top side, and then NYC session from 4 in the morning all the way till 5 p.m. Price was just pushing down. Right, so it didn't really give us a clean entry the entire week. And then Thursday, Friday, price was just moving sideways again. 6 a.m. price just went right back down. 7 a.m. price just went right back down. So if you weren't trading EU during the Asia session, you weren't really catching any of these trades, which is unfortunate, right? The timings are very important, but you can't really control that. You just have to be there when the markets are moving. If you're not, you miss the trades, and that's all good, right? It happens. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. Price came up to these highs, gave us an inducement, didn't give us a break. So at this point, this is just another higher high position that we have. Price is just sitting at a higher high, and we'd be looking for price to give us a higher low. So we just got to be patient. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. What are you trading? Right now, I'm not trading anything. I am just updating my charts. So all the pairs on the right-hand side that you see with a red flag next to their name, I don't even got no more water left. Those are the pairs that we're gonna be looking at. We're just gonna update them. I trade during the NYC session, so I'll be live again tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. and that's when I'll be taking trades. Sorry, what am I on? EU. So tomorrow morning is when I'll be taking trades. Again, right now I'm just updating my charts, just getting them ready for the morning. GA very similar to EA. So this is a pair that right now not really interested in. I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. Could we say we're in the second zone of consolidation on the downtrend? Yeah, but again, at this point, if I do take any trades, it'll be from the top of the zone of consolidation after an inducement to go back down. The fact that we're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, I'm not really interested. So GA, I already know this is a pair for the week. I am not going to be really trading right now. Again, just gonna keep it updated, but I could skip over this one. And on the 30-minute, we had low, gave us an inducement. Wow, and gave us an inducement again. So at this point, I'll be looking for price for this week pretty much. If price could give us a break of these lows on the 30-minute, I'll start looking to take those trades. That's the only way I'll take trades here. GCAD pretty much already hit STP for the day with that opening candle. We are in level 3 still, pretty much level 1, first zone, level 2. Right, level 2, we are still making higher highs and higher lows as well. So let me delete this here. Right, this is technically all part level 2, and this is the second zone of consolidation. This is where we're looking for price to give us a valid break. Right, looking for a valid break of these highs, which technically we did get here, so we know that this is the higher high. And we're looking for a higher low to be set, right? We had 3 months of rise. On the third month, gave us a rise known net. Could we expect price to give us this month a 4th month push? Yeah, GCAD, this could be a good pair to keep an eye on. This could be a very good pair to keep an eye on for this month. Now let's look at it on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, we had 2 weeks of rise. On the third week, price ended up giving us a little known net. Okay. Again, we are still trading in this higher high. We know we're trading between this higher low and this higher high. All good. Gave us a pullback. This is pretty much the retest of the zone of consolidation. On the retest, this is where price now is just inducing these lows. So I already know now on the lower time frames, what do I need to start seeing? Higher highs and higher lows before I take a trade. And on the 30, we had low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Then price gave us lower high, lower low. Then price gave us the change of character, higher high, higher low. It gave us an inducement, didn't give us a valid break of these highs. It was just one green candle. Again, it has to be a green candle. Then another one that closed above the wick, gave us an inducement, came back down. Gave us a change of character back to the bottom side. So we haven't started that trend back to the top side. We have the change of character, lower low. Wait 1 second. Hoping this is making sense, guys, so far. So we have the change. Right, lower low all the way to the bottom side. And this is another change back to the top. So this is good. Now, ideally, you would say, well, what do you want to see now at this point? Is this where I'm going to start looking to take trades? No. Right? Right now, we had, let's do this, right? High, low, high, right? Boom. What do we say? Lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us higher high, change of character. Next thing I want to see is a higher low. Then I want to see a higher high. Then I want to see a higher low. This is where I'll start taking those trades to then continue back to the top side. Once we get that valid break, we get the retest right after. That's going to be our confirmation that this is where GCAD is going to turn around and start those uptrend pushes back to the top side. Until then, I'm not interested. Until then, I am just going to sit on my hands and wait it out. And but this looks good. GCAD is going to be a good one to keep an eye on for the rest of this month. Pretty much, this is the last week of the month, right? Yeah, so this week we should be able to see that entry. No speak, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. GJ, let's take a look. I know GJ, I'm not really trading, but we'll just keep it updated. Thank you for the follow, guys, and for the likes. I do appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Once again, this is the session that we just go over our pairs one by one. We update them. We got them ready for the trading session tomorrow morning. We usually stream from 6:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Week of rise, 2 weeks of rise. Market opened, already gave us that third push. It's a pair that doesn't really give me my entries clean. That's okay. STP for the day has already been hit as well for GJ. G is still making higher highs and higher lows. Did not give us a valid break of these highs. It gave us the inducement. And price gave us a little change of character here. We'll wait it out. Give us 2 days of rise, and the third day gave us a rise no net. Could be looking for price, give us a fourth day push. Back to the top side today, we could see that the market opened, gave us that gap, price filled it. We're still coming back to the top side. So at this point, GU also already hit STP for the day, but I'd be expecting price to reach yesterday's or Friday's highs for today. So GU, we know we could turn that one off already. I started paper trading and made 80K. That's not bad. What were you trading on? US30, I'm not going to get, well, pretty much for the rest of these pairs. US30, NAS, gold, Bitcoin, oil, silver. I'm not going to give my analysis on now. Again, just because these are our NYC session pairs. So we'll be going over these tomorrow morning on the live trading session. So I'll just be updating them real quick. Any questions though? Let me know, guys. Three days of rot or 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. We went up. Beautiful, beautiful trade on Wednesday. Pay-per-view Trump coin. Gotcha. Two weeks of drop on US30. Am I expecting a third week? No. Why? Because this is still higher high, higher low, higher high. This is just another higher low that price made. So am I expecting a third week low on US30? I'm not. I'm really, really not expecting that to be given. This is the retest, so I'm gonna change this to white. At this point, it doesn't even matter to have this. Delete that. It's just the middle of the screen. We all know where we're at. And the daily time frames is just another higher low as well. So we will just be a little patient. Once again, the confirmation that I'm looking for, we don't got to give ourselves a headache, right? In order for us to be trading higher, in order for us to be looking for longs, right? In general, what type of structure do we want to see? Higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs? That's a question at the stream for you guys. When you're looking for long positions, do you want to see lower lows and lower highs, or do you want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows? Let me know. I'll give you guys 30 seconds in the chat. Sorry, y'all. My allergies are going crazy. My nose itches. Like, holy hell. Hear it in my voice, too. Like, I'm a little congested. 20 seconds in the chat. When you're looking for long positions, do you want to see higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs? Nobody, everybody's sleeping right now? All right, cool. When you're looking for long positions, you want to see higher highs and higher lows. And currently, what are we seeing on US30? Lower lows and lower highs. So that's it. It's that simple. Am I going to be trading US30 right now? How it looks? Not really. We'll be patient. Right? NASA's trade on Friday was just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Three-weeks of rise on gold. After 3 weeks of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So we also know we're trading in a higher high. Could be looking for those pushes to the downside. It gave us a 4th-day variation. Then it gave us a day of no net after the 4th-day variation, which is perfectly normal. Then it gave us another push to the top side on the 30-minute time frame. We knew we were trading, change of character. Back to the top side over here. Right, so boom, 30-minute change. Then it gave us a 30-minute break. After that 30-minute break, which that confirmation was this green candle over here. It literally just came down, gave you the retest, right, and flew. And in that retest on the 30-minute time frame, let's see if this is a valid engulfing candle, right? On the 30-minute, it is not, because that red candle does not have a bottom wick, right? But if it would have been if it would have had a bottom wick, it would have been a valid engulfing straight into TP back to the top side. So 30-minute break. At this point, we know that we're trading between this higher low and this higher high. So could be an interesting, gold could be an interesting one to start looking for those short positions. The charts are a little frozen right now. Bear with me. Not trading Bitcoin, I can turn that off. Same thing with silver and gold. 3 weeks of rise. We'll be expecting a fourth week, or I'm sorry, we'll be expecting a week of drop or a no net. Right after 3 weeks of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So I'm not expecting silver and gold to really continue these downtrend pushes. Why is this marked here? This also already gave us the 3 pushes, right? Push 1, push 2, push 3. Gave us a valid break of these highs. See, if silver would have given us, however, the good thing with silver is that on the lower time frame, you see it now. Lower time frame, we could get away with this, right? And start saying that this is where price gave us high, higher, low, inducement, right? Never gave us a valid break, and this is where we started turning around. Price gave us a change of character, lower, low, right? We could say lower, lower, low, change of character, and say, okay, we'll start again, right? And we'll say that this is where the change of character happened on the 5-minute time frame, right? And at this point, what we'll be looking for, right, 5-minute change, what we will be looking for is for price to break below these lows before we start looking for an entry to go short. And we're trading between these lows and these highs. So right now, just again, sitting on our hands, waiting it out. If price gives me a break of these lows, this is where I'll see something like this. Or price is just going to continue to chop before that. So I'd be patient with this pair. We had a day of rise, right? We had 2 days. Wednesday we had a day of rise. Thursday we had a day of rise. Friday we had a day of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must do what? Move sideways or go down. Perfect. My confirmation that price is going to go down is if price gives us a break of these lows. My confirmation that price is going to move sideways is if price does not break these lows and just again goes back up to these highs. Why? Every time we go to these highs, where do we go? Every single time, where do we go? Right? What is price doing in this area? Moving sideways. So you already have your confirmation right here. On the 5-minute time frame, you already know what price is going to do for the rest of the day. And you already know after 3 days of rise, the market could only do 2 things: go sideways or go down. And you already have your confirmation. So boom. That's it. So silver and gold were pretty much in the same area. So we'll be patient with that. That's pretty much it, guys. That's the session for tonight. Once again, this was only for us to really update our charts, get ready for tomorrow's trading session in the morning. So Any other questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know. If not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Exactly 10 hours from now, we will be live again. I'll give you guys 20 seconds in the chat. Any questions, let me know. No questions? All right, team. We'll see you guys in the morning. Peace out.